Hey, arty friends, Connie here again with another process video. You're probably sick of hearing me and through my process videos by now. So if you really are sick of hearing my voice and the way I talk, just turn down the volume, put on some music, and sit back and watch my watch the process unfold. That's a word. That's a new word I haven't said. So I will tell you about this photo. This photo is my son. I think that, yes, he's my son. And this was his valedictory dinner night last year. He completed Year 12 last year. And that picture was taken by the professional photographer that was there on the night taking all the kids' portraits. And that picture is a reprint of the original one. So it's not the original copy because we only get the print. So yeah, I didn't want to ruin the only print I had. So that's why I'm chopping into it. So what I've done there is I have used that, I should actually say, I am using the Kitaholic kit, January kit, and it's like, I don't know how many layouts I've done so far. I know I've done 2 planner spreads, and I've done a mixed media page, and I've lost count on how many layouts. And the kit is still going. It's huge. The kit's huge. And I find that I can never get through the whole month and finish a whole kit before the next kit comes. So I'm just seem to be scrapbooking Kitaholic kits every month and not diving into my stash as much anymore. And that's pretty bad because my stash is just building up. So what I'd done there, I had cut that pattern paper from the kit down to an 8.5 by 11.5 because I wanted to back it on white cardstock, because I had an idea on where I was going with this, on what I wanted to do, and that that pattern paper wasn't thick enough, like it wasn't going to hold it, so I needed to back it onto something. So I just used that white cardstock. So my theory was, when I sat down and looked at this photo and started thinking, I noticed that I had that packet of this wood veneer stars that came in the kit. And there's so many of them. And I thought, what can I do to use all of them? Because I just wanted to use them all up in one layout. Get them done, out the way. And then that's it. I don't have any more then. And I don't have to put them all back in my stash. So I figured I might sprinkle them down the page. And then I thought, that's going to take me hours to stick down every single little star. And then I thought, no, I'll just use modelling paste and stick them into the modelling paste. So that's where I was going, and I had decided that I wanted to go down the centre of the page because that's the look I like. And so all I've done is I've just scraped some of that cheapy modelling paste onto the background using just a scraper tool. I think I picked that up from a cheapy shop too. And now I just sprinkled some of the stars on, and now I'm just sort of randomly moving them around, not really thinking too much, concentrating too much on where I was sticking them. So, you know, I wasn't really stressed about it. I just wanted to try and cover up as much as I could. And I've just put that aside now so it will dry. So with this layout, I do come back the next day to finish it because I really wanted that background to dry overnight. So I started doing this at night before I went to bed. And so here I'm just doing my layering. We all know how I do my layering. And I'm still using those bits of pattern paper from the kit on this layout, and I think I've used it in both my planner spreads and a couple of other layouts as well, and I'm still going. So this is why it's hard for me to get through the whole kit, because I don't use a lot of the paper, because I really only use it for my little bit of layering behind my photos, and my photos are never really big. Maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should scrap like a big picture, like a 5x7 or a 6x8, and challenge myself. Maybe I should do that. So what do you think? What do you guys think about that? If you think that's a good idea, leave me a comment below and challenge me to do something like that, because, you know, that could be fun. So yeah, so I'll go back to my layering. So I've just cut up some of the paper from the kit, and there's that brownish paper is ripped out of that journal there, that writing journal that I found at Typo, and it's just a book full of all that sort of vintage looking oldish paper, and I love it. It's awesome, and I just rip it out when I need a piece of it, and it is the best little paper book that I've got. It's going to last me forever. So, and now I'm just sort of, I should let you know that with one of those bits of the brown paper from the Typo book, I used my little notepad, would you call it that? I don't even know what you call it, the notebook punch, and I picked that up from Stamping Up a long time ago, so I don't even know if they still have it, and just punch some of that, so just to give a little bit more of a masculine look I was sort of going for, but wanting to stay with the blues, and I also wanted to bring more of that brown in to match that little bit in the background of the blue pattern paper down the bottom. So so I've just stapled that all together with my little mini stapler there. That is close to my heart mini stapler. It's not the Tim Holtz one, which I think it just does the same job anyway. Not that I have the Tim Holtz one, but I assume that it just does the same job. So I will pretty much finish up here, and because I'm just fussing around with some of the embellishments that came in the kit, and one of those is, a lot of those were from the cut files that we get in the kit, and this is, I've come back and now it's the next day, so I'm just finishing that up, and I'm making a little, that twine, that navy blue twine came in the kit as well, so I'm just putting something behind that flare button that also came in the kit to you know, work in with the photo. So as you can see there, I have decided to flip my page. I've decided to turn it horizontal, because when I got up the next morning and I looked at it, I thought I'm gonna see if I can, if it, you know, when I looked at it, it just still didn't work, and I couldn't work out where I was going to put my title. So I when I sat down and started recording, because I am in fast forward, so it's gone a bit quicker than what you saw there, I turned it on its side, and I love that so much better. And I mean, when I put that in an album, it's still going to work. So, because when you put it in, it's still going to work. So that's not a huge drama for me, but I really, really like the way that has now worked. So I'm really, really happy that I did end up sleeping on it, because last night, if I had continued, I would have ended up just doing it my normal vertical way, and now this way is just completely different. I don't know, I've never seen anyone else scrap a 9x12 horizontal, but I'm sure somebody has. I'm sure I wouldn't be the first person to do this. Let me know and tell me what you think about scrapping the 9x12 in a horizontal, because with the 12x12 you can't, because it's the same size, it's the same measurement right around the whole square, because it's a square. So give me your thoughts and your comments on what you think about the horizontal 9x12. So there we go. So what I did there is I stopped recording and I went and played around with my stickers. Those stickers, I really, really love the foam ones. They're so nice, but they're so hard to stick down. They move and they go funny, and I ripped one of the ends in dinner, and yeah, and it seems to take me a lot of fiddling around with them to get them stuck down just in a nice way. I don't care if they're lined up or anything. And so I stopped recording because you didn't really need to see me sit there and fuss around with that, because that is just not fun. watching, not, you know, not, I was going to say fun TV. this isn't TV. So, but that's what was going to come out of my mouth. So that's a bit silly, isn't it? Yes, it is. So now we all know by now that I love using white paint. So, and I had to add white paint. Well, there's the modelling paste there, but I had to add more white paint. I mean, you can't have too much white paint, I say. That's my theory. So here I am. I brushed some white paint over the actual wood veneer stars so they would blend in a little bit more, so they weren't so in your face, like wood veneer stars, bang, in your face. So, and then I used some of the white paint and just went around Valedictory and Dinner, just to sort of blend it all in and painted over the letters to sort of, you know, rough them up a little bit, and you know how it goes, you know, how I like it. So, yeah, so that's what I've done there. Now, I thought I was super, super smart and clever here. I thought, I'm not going to use black. I'm going to use a navy blue pen. And it's a pen that's been on my desk for ages and ages, and I've never used it. So I thought, no, I'm going to be a super smart person and use navy blue to go with, you know, the navy blue pops in the layout, on the layout, I should say. And as soon as I did it, I hated it. I just hated it. It was horrible. So I stopped recording and went and found my little tiny stickers. They're just Kaiser Craft stickers. And I'm just going to stick Keenan's name over the top to cover that big mistake that I made that was just ugly. So, and that's the best thing about scrapbooking, is if you make a mistake, there's always a way to cover it. And I mean, and no one's ever going to know that there's a mistake under the mini letter stickers there. No one will ever know that. Only I will. And you know what? My memory's so bad that in 10 years, I probably wouldn't even remember that I made that mistake. So it doesn't really matter. So, and I haven't used a date stamp in forever. So I decided I'd pull out my date stamp, but we all know that the Becky Higgins one didn't go up to 2017. So the only one I have is that Heidi Swap one, which I love it because I love her handwriting, so that didn't really bother me that much at all. So so I've just stamped that using that black archival ink. That's just one I had on hand in the drawer. I normally do use a StazOn, but I honestly couldn't remember where it was. So, and now I've just roughed up the edges, and I've run out of time, so I'll just keep talking. So I do apologise about that. I'm not sure what happened there. But now you'll be seeing the final images of the pictures. And if you liked this, give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.